played really well from minute 1 to minute 90, and we got the job done which needed to be done. Just getting within 4 points of the European places. So we're 4 points behind Tottenham and United, which is probably beyond a lot of Brighton fans' wildest dreams right now. And I wouldn't have expected that before a ball was kicked, last night. But, I thought Bournemouth would give us I thought Bournemouth might score one, but obviously I think we defended really. I think our defending was a lot better last night. I think they were obviously told after the Brentford game that they needed to defend a lot better than they did, because obviously they let. The thing is though that we had all the play in the Brent. Like I'll go back to the Brentford game, we had all the play there, but we still let 3 goals in. So to be fair, I don't find that acceptable, because I think we do really need to. We need to be killing the games off if we get having a lot of possession, and if we're having a lot of possession, we need to try and transition that into being able to win the game.
Well, all the Premier League games are kicking off now, but anyway, so we had another dominant game of possession again, and this time we did something more with our possession. We turned it into a 2-0 win. Obviously, we had quite a few shots on goal. I think Bournemouth gave us a really tough game. I think personally, it was just very relieving to see we could beat a side like Bournemouth, because usually we struggle a little bit more. And as you were telling me the other day, under Graham Potter, it might have not been the same as that. You think maybe we could do a little bit more possession? Do you think we're on the right sort of path? I say we're on the right path.
I think we're on the right path. Yeah, no, I think I tend to agree. I think, I mean, De Zerbi's got us playing a different way to the way that we did under Potter, which I think that was the big key when we brought him in, because we wanted to play a lot more of an attacking style of football, which seems to be the case right now. And, I mean, I wouldn't have spoken about Brighton getting into the Champions League at the beginning of the season, but it is a real prospect now. If a lot of teams drop points and we win on Saturday, I mean, it put us in pole position to be able to get a European spot, which would be something of dreams, really, wouldn't it?
Yeah, just 4 points behind now. Now, obviously, if we go to Spurs, we'll do a preview tomorrow if you're up for that. How are you going to be on tomorrow for the preview or not?
Should be able to. Yeah.
Yeah, should be able to. We'll talk more about the Spurs game then. This is a little bit about the Spurs game, because this includes a possession stat for Brighton. Do you think maybe when we play the Spurs game, we could, would you like to see us play a little bit more like that? A little bit more where we are in control of that game? Maybe not putting as many shots on target, but really just trying to keep the possession away from Spurs and creating slower chances.
I think it's going to be a lot harder because we're obviously away from home, away from the Amex.
Yeah.
Tottenham will have the home crowd behind them for a large proportion of the game. And it's quite hard to be able to do that. But I think Brighton have actually, last night at Bournemouth, they controlled that really well, the home support, because there was a couple of times, I think, where the tide turned and Bournemouth seemed to, no pun intended, by the way, because that was the South Coast derby, but the tide turned. When the tide turned, basically, we controlled it really well. When Bournemouth had their chances and their attacks, and when the crowd were getting behind them, we just stayed and we knew with what we were doing. Because I think Bournemouth were trying to disrupt the flow of the way that we play, and trying to get into our heads a little bit by just making silly challenges, like that thing with Moises Caicedo, where he went off, and I was a bit worried when I saw that, but proves that he's all right. I think he's all right, and he's able to play against Spurs on Saturday, so that's a lot of relief for Brighton fans. But we just need to control the tempo of the game at Spurs and just make sure we shut them out. But
so now we're going to move on to the shots. Now, Bournemouth had 14 shots, 3 on target. We're going to talk about Bournemouth first. Obviously, I know we're Brighton fans, but we've got to talk about the home side. They gave us a good game. Gave us a run for our money, but we did get a 2-0 win. Now, you look at results like 2-3-0, and some people would go, oh, you find that easy. But we really didn't. We made it difficult for ourselves in some ways. We let them have the shots, and we sort of let them have a go at us. But I'm surprised the way we dealt with it, how we kept in control of the game and didn't let Bournemouth score, because I thought, like you said, they were going to get a goal that game. 14 shots, 16 for Brighton. Anything about Bournemouth?
Bournemouth, they gave us a good fight. I'll definitely say that. I don't think any Brighton fan would deny that was the case. I think we just controlled the game quite well. But yeah, they had a couple of times in the game where they were resurgent. I think that's probably the best word to use. Where we were like 1-0 up, and it was obviously still quite. They believed that they could get that goal to equalise, and then maybe actually turn the tide on the game and even win the game when it was 1-0. So we mitigated that quite well, and with some great defending at the back by Adam Webster and Lewis Dunk, kind of prevented that from happening. But we'll just have to wait and see. but yeah, no, it was very good defending from the boys, and yeah, I think But when Julio Enciso scored, I think it took any sort of belief that Bournemouth could make a comeback out of the air. It just all filtered out.
Very boring first half, Harry. I almost called you my name then. But no, I thought first half was just very boring. There wasn't much to it. I think we had like 3 or 4 shots in that half. Obviously, shots is not the whole perspective of the game, and that's not what I'm trying to look over here. But I mean, we're playing a side who are fighting relegation. Surely we got to go more for it in first half. I think, wasn't it? I think it was first half where we got the first goal. Was it first half where we got the first goal? Yeah.
20. It was a little bit of a fact here. I think number 20, Evan Ferguson, who's number 28, got a goal in the 28th minute. It was just meant to be that one.
A little flick there through the defender's leg into the bottom corner. A few people were saying it's a little bit rude from Evan Ferguson, but nice. It was a lovely finish. I think that opener right there goes to show you that maybe our back heel flick thing does work sometimes, even though a lot of the time it ends up going to the other teams and, giving away possession. But the way he did it, he was just full of confidence, that man. He'll shoot from anywhere. He really will. And Evan Ferguson has a real bright future ahead of him. I've already seen people saying, like, he's the Irish Harry Kane and all of that. He's doing well for his age, definitely. 18 years of age. He's scoring goals for a Premier League side consistently. We've seen it, and we've seen it all before, the confidence that man has. Like you say about Donk, integral player. He is an insane player. He's so good. Do you think? Well, what do you think of Evan Ferguson? Do you think he will become a player for the top 6? Because I've seen a lot of people talk about him moving to a top 6 club. I don't think he's been in professional football long enough to say if he'll be a top 6 player, but I think maybe in his future he could well be.
Oh, 100%. I think there's definitely clubs that are interested, and we got him from Chelsea's academy, I believe, and he was playing when he was like 14 years old, and I think the potential was there when he was that age as well. I mean, he's only 18 years old, bear in mind, and I think he's punching well above his weight for where he should be in his career. Obviously now he's playing in the Premier League and scoring goals. You might agree that he's scoring goals for fun, but he's playing really, really well, and I'm really rating him currently at the moment. And Newcastle have just gone 1-0 up.
Yeah, and right, okay, move away from shots. Oh dear, he's moved. Right, hang on, Harry. Hang on, people. What's happened here? Here we go. Stats are back. Right, hopefully this is the correct game. Yes, it is. Right, now we've moved from shots on target. Yeah. Right, okay. Actually, no, we haven't spoken about shots on target. We'll go to there. Bournemouth had 3 shots on target. Albion had 6. We scored 2 of them. That's what you call consistency. When you have 6 on target, 2 of them go in. The keeper ain't saving 2 of those. Actually, there is one person I want to talk about in this game, though. Julio Enciso. Wow. He could develop to be such a good player. I mean, we were talking about it after the goal was scored, obviously. Julio, how to stay calm in that situation is unreal, because most players just get it and just, smack it at the goal. But the way Julio, dealt with the chance he had was crazy good. I thought he just stayed calm in a moment. He took his chance and went home with the 3 points. He kept it simple.
Well, that's what we need to be doing, and I totally agree. I think he was in a bit of disbelief when the ball came to him. Obviously, I think Gross took that shot and it ricocheted round in the box where Bournemouth couldn't clear it, and it just landed at Julio Enciso's feet. He evaded a challenge, but I don't know if you noticed this, but before he took the shot, he almost hesitated a little bit and then went a bit forward with the ball and then into the 6-yard area. I think it was almost so he could be certain that he could put it in, and then he just side-footed it past Neto and then into the bottom left corner. Absolutely fantastic finish. But no, that was ultimately the killer goal, and that's what made us come home with 3 points at the end of the day. But yeah, no, he's an absolutely just going on to just Julio Enciso in general. I think absolutely brilliant piece of recruitment from the club recruitment team once again, and that's why we've got all these South American players like Sarmiento, Caicedo, Estupinian, Sarmiento, Buonanotte. The list is endless. I mean, there's others as well. I mean, no, we've got so many young talents in that team, and if the club keeps recruiting people like that, then there's no reason why we can't get Europe. And if we keep bringing these sorts of players in, Brighton are known for it now. We're known for bringing in like players that are under the radar, then making them absolute superstars, then selling them on for a high price, like we did with Basuma, White, Trossard, etc.
our club right now is in the right shape to play in Europe. You got to agree with people. I mean, the way you come out in some of these games is unreal. Like we went to Leicester earlier in the season, beating 5-2. I know they're in 19th, but we're smashing more teams. I think we've hit 3 or 4 teams now with 5 goals. Smashed quite a few teams this season, at least 6 or 7. So Brighton, talking about Europe, do you think we do well in Europe? I think we could do well. I think we could.
Um,
Well,
well, it depends what competition we were in. I think if we were in Conference
we'll
League,
definitely do well in.
if we were in Conference League, I think we'd probably get quite deep into that competition because I think we've got the players and squad depth. I think squad depth is the big thing with Europe, though. I think we need to get a lot more squad depth if we want to be in Europe. We'd have to bring in a lot of players over the summer because you've got to play in Europe. You've got to have 2 amazing players to cover each position, really, realistically. So I think if we got Europa League, I think we'd probably Europa League, Champions League. I think we'd do all right, but I don't think we'd get like really far in those competitions. I think we'd get quite far in the Conference League because I think the teams in that are like the equivalent to what Brighton are in the other countries. But there's still some great teams in that Conference League anyway. So I think Champions League is a bit unrealistic, if I've got to be honest, at this stage anyway. I mean, we're as much as we're a great team, and I know we'll get Europe this season, but I think, I can't see us getting Champions League or anything like that. I mean, it'd be amazing if we did, and I could be saying something wrong. And if I'm saying this now, and then at the end of the season we qualify, then I put my hands up and surrender for anyone who's watching this later on. But I think Conference League or Europa League, I think we'd do better in.
I think the most worrying side of the Albion is defence. I mean, I know we got the likes of Adam Webster. He's diving in there, really saving our club a lot. But Dunk, he's making so many errors now that it's going to end up costing us. Sides are going to end up getting points out of us if Dunk doesn't start, making the pass that he was making and being more composed into every fixture. At the minute, he's just making too many mistakes. And he might have been all right against Bournemouth, but just one good performance doesn't make it doesn't mean everything's going to start being good again. Adam Webster, for a few weeks now, just over a month, I'd say, since the Palace game, he's been diving in there, getting all them blocks, and he's been incredible for us. He's stopped so many certain goals. But Donk, he's just got to be a little bit more like, I can't really say more like a captain because, again, he does talk to, he knows what's right and what's wrong. But I think defensively, he's making too many errors right now, and it's going to end up leading to goals.
I think Dunk's just got to be a bit more ruthless when he's making the challenges. And I think he's just got to put in those challenges and just basically, like the old Lewis Dunk before a couple of games ago. The game before Brentford, he was all right. I can't remember who it was who he played before Brentford. I think it was probably Leeds, I think it was. But no, he was absolutely fine that game. Made some brilliant challenges, like always, because I was at that game at Ellen Road. But I think one player I think who doesn't get enough credit is Joel Veltman. I think he's obviously one that plays in the same position. I think he plays more. He's been playing more right back recently to cover for Tariq Lamptey when he's been injured. But I think I totally agree. I think Veltman, I don't think gets the credit he deserves. But the thing is, if Dunk was to ever struggle, and I think if he ever needed to be subbed or Roberto De Zerbi felt the need to actually be able to sub him, I think that option's always there, and we could shift Veltman into central defence and maybe put Pascal Gross at the left back position where he's been playing quite a lot this season, or the right back position, because Gross is a very versatile player and he can play pretty much any area on the pitch if he's needed to.
Right, okay. Now, we love this stat, people. Corner kicks. We have to do this. Corner kicks, 5-5, very even. Last time we played Brentford, it was just us having corners. 5-5 on corner kicks. Still not scoring from corners. Only 2 Albion goals from corners this season, and one of them was an own goal. Set pieces, do they have to be better? On penalty spot, maybe not. But free kicks and corners, definitely. Although McAllister has scored an absolute banging free kick against Leicester. What's your thoughts on the set pieces then? You think corners are good enough? I don't.
I'm very disappointed with our set pieces this season. I think they've not been on the money at all. I think I think the manager needs to get them around a table and actually sort of suggest to them how to take a set piece again, because it's like the basic things we're doing wrong. It's just, I mean, we're getting in there in the right positions and things like that, but we just need someone to head home and just get that killer touch to get it in the back of the net. Like, we've got 2 goals is it 2 goals this season with set pieces? 20. How many?
2-0 to Newcastle.
Oh, 2-0 to Newcastle. No, but with I think we've got the lowest amount of set piece goals in the Premier League this season, which is, and inevitably that is a wrong that needs to be righted. And I'm not happy with that stat at all. I mean, we've been good from open play, penalties, and all that. You can say all of that, but set pieces are completely different things, and they need to work on it in training quite a lot more, so we can get some more goals. Because the last set piece goal we got, if I recall, was Veltman against West Ham, where I think it was McAllister or someone like that who did a flick header, and then Veltman got down and then it landed on his chest, and then he chested it into the back of the net. But no, we need to do better when it comes to set pieces. A lot better.
Yeah. Right, Harry. Now the final question of the day is, well, as we haven't got many comments, we have seen people come into the stream and watch a little bit of it. Now, Harry, final question. What was your overall thought on the game?
Great game, I thought. We played really, really well. Some lovely football. I thought Bournemouth tried to disrupt the way we played quite a lot. But no, I don't think you can really dispute the way we played. I think we played really well. It was just a case of going along the south coast, getting the job done, coming back with the 3 points, and setting up a really enthralling encounter on Saturday against Tottenham at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
One more question, actually. It's the south coast ours, Harry. Go on.
Who said that? Of course it is, mate. Of course it is. Well, it kind of proves it this season. We've beaten Southampton 3-1. We've beaten Bournemouth 2-0 and 1-0 in the 2 games we played them. So the South Coast is blue and white. What can I say?
There you go. Right, Harry. Appreciate you coming on. People, see you tomorrow. Me and Harry for the Tottenham Hotspur preview. Harry will be at that game. See you guys in a little bit. Goodbye.